Hey everybody, this is Big Benedict. I loaded up my PS3, I put my God of War Ascension disc in there this morning, and I started up my PS3, and then I was informed that a system update was needed. And then I went into the actual, not the system update menu, but I loaded up the game, and I couldn't even play the game because it had this message on there: the latest update data for this software has been found. To sign in and use this software, you must update this software to the latest version. The system will quit the software and start installing. So I pressed the O button to cancel out of that right away, and I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to get to the Trial of Archimedes today, I'm going to beat it. And I actually did. I beat it on it was my second or third attempt on Titan mode. And then I said to myself, I'm not going to install this patch, it's bullshit. I want to do it. I want to get one victory in on the original. I want to play the game on the original terms of Titan mode, like it was intended to be played. And so I'm going to play you a clip of my victory coming up for this video. It's the Trial of Archimedes. And then the next video is going to be, after that, I'm going to install the patch because I don't like to be signed out. I want to earn trophies and stuff like that. So I'm going to install the patch after I get my victory in and see what's going on with the update. So this is going to be a pretty unique video in my opinion, because it's going to have the pre-patch and the post-patch versions of this Trial of Archimedes. Okay, so here's the pre-patch fight, and I got to tell you, I did this on my third try, and I actually did a lot better knowing that I had nothing to fall back on, and I'll discuss that once I get into the post-patch video. But the first wave of enemies is Gorgons and Sirens. So the Sirens aren't going to appear until I believe you slay 2 Medusas. So start stunning these guys immediately with the Amulet of Ouroboros. These guys are very cheap. You have to know that. You also have to know that a lot of because the main problem about when you're facing more than one Medusa is that you're going to be evading a lot, and when you're evading, the other one's probably going to swipe her tail at you quite a bit. And the normal roll is honestly, it's not going to help you out. And doing that move that I didn't do, that's not going to help me out either. That I didn't want to do. So you want to stun one, and then I would say that the best thing to do when one is stunned, then you go for the other one. If you ever get one petrified, if you get a white halo over their heads, you go for the other one. Whatever one's stunned, just leave her at bay, and hit about 3 or 4 times, and then press to the left or right. Sometimes I was pressing diagonal down, just because it's kind of at an angle, and I was getting petrified, turned to rock, and getting severely damaged or getting hit after I got turned to rock and then getting killed instantly. So you could have. If you want to have this scenario play out so that you have, see that right there? If you can parry their grab, and there's no penalty for failing the parry except that you're going to get grabbed, which you're going to get grabbed anyway. So it doesn't make any sense to not try to at least parry that grab that they do. So this fight is so exaggerated that it's not even funny. It's an endurance fight. Every hit that they take off you is going to count ultimately. And you're not going to have much breathing space once you get further into this trial. But here I was trying to smash the Gorgon. That was a complete waste of magic right there. On hard mode, they give you 1 bar of health back per Medusa kill. On this mode, they give you like a 4th your magic. It's pretty strict. It really is. So a moment ago, I was saying that you could, if you want to get 2 red halos over these guys' heads and then just slay them one after the next, that's a pretty good idea. If you want to go that way, I use square and triangle attacks intermittently, just depending on how much I think if the Medusa's almost killed, then I just try to finish her off with a triangle attack. Normally, when I come out of one of these animations or the mini games, I'll immediately cast the Amulet of Ouroboros or the clone, whichever one I have available. But things really get chaotic when you have Medusas and Sirens. It's so chaotic. You're trying to move around. You're trying to cast the amulet, and when you cast it, you're vulnerable because you have to go into a particular animation, and you don't have any iframes. You're completely at the mercy of the iframes. You can knock these bitches off the platform. That's what I do, and they don't come back. There's a 4 count of sirens though, so if you can get them to the side, you can't control them. That's the thing. See, I got the orb for that kill, so it's really good. Try to pounce them off. You could also, you'll see in the post patch fight, I experimented with the Hades magic, and I was flinging them off the column too. This Coliseum up here, this platform. So don't hold back with the magic. Honestly, you don't need magic anywhere else in this whole battle except this wave here. I mean, you might need it to subdue the Amazons. You might want to have a bar for that, but the clone, you need the clone and the amulet up to level 2. That goes without saying. You need your blades up to level 5. It'll be a lot easier for you. So took that one out. Looks like we have just a couple sirens left. Then don't think that they're not a threat. That projectile, that area of effect attack that they do is just complete bullshit. It takes away way too much of your health. I mean, these sirens have more HP than the centaurs. The centaur that we fight later on in this wave. It makes no sense. So even when there's just one of them, it's still a problem. These are the most problematic enemies that I've ever faced in I don't know, this whole series possibly. I mean, why do they have so much HP? It's just incredible. I don't know, but I hate the next fight because you're in such a narrow corridor, and it's just the music intensifies, and you've got that Stone Talos monster walking down. The difference between I'll just say I won't spoil anything for people who haven't seen the post patch fight, but it's actually, I did poor on the post game patch because I knew that I had more to fall back on, and it made me more complacent just knowing that. But you don't have that much more to. It's actually pretty. They're not that generous as you might think. So on Titan mode, you shouldn't really be thinking that it's that easy. Immediately once you get into this wave here, these are pretty problematic enemies for me actually, and they like to grab you. So complete the quick time event. Just kind of be in the back of your mind, kind of just wait, just kind of expect that, and don't go hog wild here. But the clone is going to be one of your best friends. So it's kind of a weird situation. We've got the Amazons, and we've got these goddamn birds hovering up in the air. You want to space yourself from the enemies as much as you can, and that also gives you a little bit of time to regenerate your amulet and your clone abilities. Watch out if they'll be off screen and they'll do their discard attack on you, and it hurts. Trust me. But the clone is so helpful on this fight. I just can't tell you how much. Like when we get to the centaur fight, I mean that guy is dead in like a snap of a finger. But why is this so narrow? There's no space to work with in here. It just feels like you're trapped. Maybe that's the feeling they wanted to stimulate in the player, but definitely, whenever you see a red halo, just get enemies off the map as quick as you possibly can. So got the Amazons off. They give you health, so definitely take advantage of that and always finish them off with the red halo kill. So this bird just needed to finish this guy off, and I think some more birds come. But I don't know if they do this on purpose, but it takes this next wave a few moments to spawn. I think they do it on purpose, honestly. But you catch your breath for a minute, but don't get too complacent over here. See, another bird pops in right there, and pretty soon you're going to see from the other end of this hall here, the Stone Talos monster walking toward us like a fucking madman. Right there, I almost got burned. That was close. It's a close call, and you're going to get squeezed into this narrow corridor fighting that guy. It's actually a really good idea to take these birds out as quick as you can, so you're not distracted while you're fighting this guy. But freeze him, use the clone. It's so indispensable, that clone, the freeze move, and then the clone. Do that as like. It's like having extra magic here. So I didn't have any use of the magic here, and this guy is skulking towards me. Obviously, he's not getting damaged by the fire. He's the lightning elemental version, so I'm not even messing around with parries because I don't want the penalty of failing the parry and getting electrocuted. It's too much of a risk at this point for me. So I'm using the clone. I'm trying to space myself out, and I'm also trying to kind of compensate. I'm trying to see where the flames are coming. They're on a pattern that never deviates, but You see, there's just no room to work with here. So I'm trying to wait for the flame to go down. I stunned him, but it's one of those situations where I really can't do anything because I got the flame jets in between me and him. So I'm just kind of pacing myself out, waiting to regenerate my, my amulet, Ouroboros, and then that wave's over. So I don't know. This is my third fight on this, and a couple of, like, the first take that I did, I just the two takes that preceded my third take, it was all because I restarted from checkpoint. I didn't even die. But here is the centaur, and immediately stun this guy ASAP, and then hit the clone on him. Look how fast this guy goes down. It's a joke. It's a literal joke. And I don't know if the spikes on the walls are decorations or not, but it's not any kind of damage I would want to receive from a decoration, so don't touch the spikes. I don't know if it's... Look at that! He's already dead! It's crazy how powerful that clone is. I cannot stress how powerful that thing is. But all we have next is a couple of shades, a couple of wraiths. So basically, you know the drill. Just stun and then use the clone. Stun. If you have any magic, just use it. You might as well use the rage attack. See, it's hard because it's really easy to take damage on all of these parts. So nothing these guys can do to you will break your guard. So if you keep your guard up, nothing can happen. It's just that at those times when you're trying to hit and you've got a couple of these guys around, and maybe one of their friends will throw the scythe at you from behind, and it's really jacked up. But there's one kill, and then there's just one more guy to kill. This is not even hard. Or is it two guys? Another guy spawned. It looks like there's three of these guys. But you see, I have not even very much health in my magic. I have one use of the magic, so I might as well use it. Might as well. So I'm just bouncing these enemies. This guy looks like one guy left, so I'm going to kind of toy with him. I'm kind of dancing at death's door by doing that, but I couldn't help it. I just could not help it. I knew I was going to win. It's just one of those things. It's just like when you're doing the Loom Chamber fight in God of War 2, you just know you're going to win sometimes. So that's the... okay, here I was just showing you, just for any people who think I'm deceptive, that it was on Titan. So I'm going to go back... and I installed the patch, and this is what happens when you install the patch. So I died more times here than on the previous fight, and it wasn't a fluke. I know why it was. It was because I knew I had stuff to fall back on. You play better when you know you're back against the wall. It's just one of those things. I actually upgraded the Hades magic, so I just wanted to show you guys. It was... how that works. None of these magics are really good, and the sirens have so much HP that you have to waste like all of your magic resources just to take care of them. But you might as well use it on the enemies that are the most problematic for you. So when you're rolling, don't just do the regular roll. Tap the square button. It's going to give you more speed, more distance from these enemies. It's just, I can't really I can't pass along skill to you via just a guide, and I'm not trying to sound arrogant either, but it's just like you could watch somebody do one of these, and you do it for yourself, and you go in there, and it's just like it's all situational. It's just whatever happens to you. What's happening to me is not going to happen to you. It's different every single time, and but if you can have the base level of skill that you need for this fight, if you've played the game up on Titan up to this point, you should be comfortable with these enemies because you've faced them so many times. It's just that they're in different, groupings now. So I got the red halo over both of these guys, so now I'm just going to take these guys out. So one is gone now, and then the other one, she's kind of, moving around in the distance. There's no penalties for... you're completely immune when you're doing this, so take the other one out now, and then you'll notice that another one has spawned in the background. So, see that little mistake right there? Anything can happen when you're doing this. I messed up on the, probably on the moving the analog stick left or right. I probably pressed it diagonal. So once you kill 2, though, I think that is when the siren starts spawning, and all hell breaks loose. So immediately cast that, and I just wanted to experiment with this. So these guys are on the side, and these, I think they get flung off. Yeah, 1 flung off, 1 definitely got flung off. So that's an instant kill. That is a lot of heartache just out of the window for you. So I think I flung this one off too. No, yeah, maybe. I didn't see where that one went, but anyway, so yeah, play around with the magics. When I did this on hard mode, I was using the lightning attack. The Hades one is the most costly to get the magic. It's more than the other one, so I thought it would be better. And it doesn't really prove to be better, but you know, might as well try it out. The fire doesn't have much of a thing to say against it. I mean, it's just when I get hit, it's mostly because I'm trying to cast the clone, and then their area of effect attack is hitting me, and I can't evade quickly enough away from it. And it's just that, you know, you've got 3 enemies at the same time. The one's trying to stone you, the other's lashing her tail at you, and the other one's throwing projectiles that you have to avoid. It's just like, it's a constant, so much micromanagement is going on in your mind. It's nice to be able to stun, you know, get one of the variables stunned, get the other one, you know, getting kicked around with the clone. So hopefully you're just dealing with like 1, maybe 2 enemies at a time. So she had a red halo over her head right there, but I knew she had it because she was stunned. Now it's just a matter of just killing these guys. And of course, bitch grab me. These guys are so cheap, it's not even funny. It's like, this is the hardest wave. So this is probably like my 15th take or 20th take. I was playing for good 45 minutes doing this post-patch game. It's just one of those things. I knew it because I thought there were chests, but you'll see what happens. I thought I would have a chest, 2 chests to fall back on, health and magic. I thought I would get restored, and it makes you a sloppier player, bottom line. When you know you have stuff to fall back on, that's how I play anyway. When I know I don't have jack shit to fall back on, then I really start blocking, you know, every second and trying to not mess up as much. But so here's what happens. So the last one is Slade right there, and there's actually this is Titan mode. So what happens is, you see my health right there. Look at what happens to the health. It regenerates slightly right here. So they give you a little bit of your health back. I don't think they give you any more magic. I read on the God of War forum, their website today, that there's chests, but I think that applies to normal and hard probably. Here they just give you a little bit of your health, so you really don't get that much benefit from this patch on Titan mode. So all the complainers about this, you know, wanting the game to remain the same, it's still hard. I'm telling you, it's still fucking hard. And I think, I don't know, I think they might have even heightened the aggression factor on some of these enemies, or increased the hit point damage, or something. That's what it felt like, to kind of compensate, but I don't know. You know, I didn't program it, so I have no idea. They didn't go into specifics on the website. They just said that you would get health chests, which I didn't get. I just got health regenerations. So here we're back in the narrow passage here, and you know, I got a little bit of my health back. I got no magic restoration, but I think I also read on the forum, they're all just trying to take a breath for a second. I read on the forum that the enemies give more magic drops, so that's what they programmed to do it for, I think, Titan mode. So I think the clone finished this guy off in the distance there. I'm going to cast the clone. Stun, that's what I like to do. I like to stun. I don't like to do that move where I didn't want to do it. Goddamn move. Yeah, so the clone is going to take the guy out, the man. I got the woman to deal with over here. So I'm just blocking all of her attacks. I'm, you know, compensating for that when it occurs. Doing the quick time event, she jabbed me right there. Didn't want to do that move, of course. Nice to get these quick time buttons pressed correctly. See, I took a little bit of damage there. See, you can't afford to take damage. It's so crucial. But, okay, so now here's the spawn. I was just standing here knowing that it needed to time out for a few moments. You really don't want to have any harpies around when you're fighting the Stone Talos monster. It's just, you know, you need all your attention focused on the monster and the flames. That's pretty much here because, God, this is so claustrophobic. It's like you're in a coffin here. And also a little bit risky to use the R1 button sometimes, because there's no telling like where you're going to end up, and you might end up smack dab in the middle of that fire jet. So I think I might have took my time with this one here, or there might have been 3 that spawned. Yeah, this one, okay, he just left. Maybe he came back. I don't know what the situation was. I'm not sure. But definitely get on this guy immediately. Don't go all the way over to him, but at least get the clone, get the clone going, working for you in the distance. Stun him if you can. Just get distance between yourself and him. That's all I could say. And when there's a bird around, hopefully that doesn't happen to you, because it just diverts your attention from what you really need to be focusing on: the monster and the flames. So I think I might have used, I used magic over here because I knew I don't need to use it on the 2 waves on the next part, because it's so easy. But this is pretty hard, and that's going to depend on the player too. What's hard, what's most problematic for you. So now I'm going to try to scoop by this guy, and I made it. And I'm not going to mess around with any parries because I can't afford to get electrocuted once again. You see, I think I had more health on the pre-run, on the pre-patch run. I honestly think I do. Because so much more is it's the same amount of stuff at stake, but so here they're going to give me a little bit of my health back. Did they give me magic too? Let me see if they gave me magic. I think they gave me a percentage of my magic back. So here's a centaur battle again, casting the clone to make this guy go away as quick as possible. You can block all of his attacks. I think he has one unblockable attack, but he's mainly just going to ram you. And then you press the quick time button, and then he's already gone. He's already in the execution status. And then I know I only have 3 more wraiths to deal with, and those guys aren't hard. So by the time the amulets are regenerating while this is going on. Trust me. So you can stun these guys right when they come into the picture here. I don't know what that red area is. I don't know if you can get damaged on it. I don't trust anything over here. I really don't. Casting magic because I know it's going to go to waste unless I cast it. So I'm just bouncing the enemies, having the clone, work for me. He's scouting for me. He's doing some work. I'm going to grab this guy. I'm doing some flashy things because I know these guys can be grabbed and flung up. But it comes at a price, though. But I knew that I had some health to fall back on over here. Damn. You should be able to disable that move. You really should. You should be able to upgrade your weapons and still be able to disable that move. So I'm going to stick the scythe in this guy's neck here. And, still the clone's helping out. But I'm going to stun this guy, even though I know I probably didn't have to. And I thought I could catch him on the fall down, but he fell down too quickly. Now I'm just going to grab him, hit him, and just finish this whole battle off. It's not hard, trust me. It's going to take you some practice, but overall, it's not hard. So there he is. See, I'm even just toying with him. There we go. And now we're going to press L2 and O to make this barrier dissipate once again. And we're going to go solve a puzzle. And then we're going to be almost getting on to the final couple chapters of the game. Okay, so regarding the puzzle, it's very simple. But it's not... It's simple, but they don't really communicate too well with you how to do it. But I'll show you how to do it. All you need to do is go to the door that we opened over here and close it. And then what we're going to be doing is taking the barrier off the lever over here, the Fury barrier, via the Eyes of Truth. So just go up to it. I think I got stuck, hit. No, different take. So just move this up to... Actually, you have to move it backwards. And then I believe you put the clone down here to hold it for you. Then you go over to the barrier and once again use the Eyes of Truth, L2 plus O, and then you go through here. The thing is, if the door is not closed, then you're going to have to keep redoing this in an endless cycle, and that's the reason why I said it doesn't communicate well to the player. But that's it, all you have to do. And if you're looking for the final artifact, it's over here. Very easy to overlook because you've already been over to this area and it wasn't here in the first place. And it's one of those things where they'll put something in this. You're backtracking essentially, and you're going over the same ground, covering the same tracks, and then they put something that it shouldn't be there because you already you were already there. So. Anyway, so once the cutscene, that was the door originally that we couldn't open, but now these guys are going to lower their hands off of it so it's not holding us back. And we're going to drop. Okay, here's where we resume control of the character. And the final artifact, I have no idea how to pronounce this. All I know is that I got the trophy. So I'll be looking into some of those when I do my notes. And all you have to do is open the door. So that, and then we'll be going on to the 29th chapter.